You trust the word pure. You see it printed boldly on a brown glass bottle. You pay extra for it.
Pure.
Use it in your children's birthday cake, your Eid desserts, your Christmas cookies, your Ramadan treats, and you believe you're buying something real. But what if I told you? Some of the biggest pure vanilla extract brands on store shelves are not as pure as you think. What if I told you that the word pure doesn't always mean natural, premium, or even authentic in the way you imagine? What if I told you that some brands rely on loopholes, low-grade beans, hidden additives, diluted alcohol ratios, and clever labeling tricks, all while charging premium prices? I used to believe the label too,
doesn't mean what
until
you
I
think.
started reading ingredient laws, until I compared sourcing documents, until I looked at vanilla origin certifications, until I studied the chemistry of vanillin, and after that, I'll never trust the word pure the same way again today. We're diving into what pure vanilla extract legally means, the shocking loopholes in labeling laws, the difference between extract, flavor, and imitation, and 7 major vanilla brands I personally avoid, and why this isn't about drama. This isn't about hate. This is about consumer awareness, because when you're paying premium, you deserve premium. Let's start with something most people don't know. In many countries, including the United States, the FDA defines pure vanilla extract very specifically. It must contain at least 35% alcohol, at least 13.35 ounces of vanilla beans per gallon. That's the minimum standard. But here's what the law does not require. It doesn't require premium grade beans. It doesn't require Madagascar origin. It doesn't require ethical sourcing. It doesn't require freshness. It doesn't require absence of sugar or caramel coloring if declared properly. It doesn't.
Not the best.
Require transparency about bean quality, so yes, a product can legally say pure vanilla extract and still use old. Low-grade beans use beans that failed export quality standards, extract at minimum strength, sit in warehouses for years. Taste flat or harsh, that word pure. It only refers to how it was extracted,
The difference
not how
is
good
clear.
it is.
Grade A
And that's
beans
the
are
first
uniform
illusion.
and shiny, while these grade
Vanilla is
B
one of the
beans
most
are
expensive
irregular in
spices in
size
the
and
world.
have some split
It comes from
skins.
orchids, mainly Vanilla planifolia. Each flower must be hand-pollinated. H. Being cured for months. Major producing countries include Madagascar. Prices fluctuate wildly. In some years, vanilla has cost more than silver.
Understanding
When
labor
prices
intensity
spike,
is crucial.
companies face
It
a
measures
choice:
the effort needed for
raise
production,
prices honestly,
typically
cut
focusing
quality,
on hours worked
quietly
versus
guess which
capital
one.
investment.
Many choose? Important note, these brands are legally compliant, but I avoid them due to quality concerns, lack of transparency, value issues, or sourcing practices. This is about informed consumer choice, not defamation. 1. McCormick and Company Y. I avoided. Extremely high markup, minimum legal extract strength, limited sourcing transparency, standardized flavor profile, very flat. McCormick dominates grocery shelves. They follow FDA rules, but that's the point. They follow the minimum. Their vanilla is consistent, but it lacks depth. No floral notes, no smoky richness, no complexity. You're paying brand premium, not bean excellence. 2. Great value, cheap, accessible, widely used.
Prices
Likely bulk-sourced
exploded.
vanilla, no origin transparent.
It's still
Often
climbing.
tastes sharp or alcohol forward. It meets legal standards, but the flavor is thin.
Despite rising
It disappears
costs
in baking.
elsewhere, these prices
If you care
haven't
about
doubled.
dessert quality,
We're keeping them low.
you'll taste
every
the difference.
day.
0.3 Kirkland signatures. This one shocks people. Yes, it says Madagascar. Yes, it says pure, but batch variability exists. Alcohol sharpness is noticeable. Heavy corporate sourcing, it's not the worst. But it's not artisan quality
They
either.
cut quality.
For the price, you can sometimes find better. Small batch alternatives for simply organic though. Branding screams clean, organic, ethical, conscious. But organic doesn't mean stronger flavor.
Extraction
It
grade
doesn't
beans.
mean better curing. Some batches feel under-extracted. You pay more for certification, not always flavor. 5. Watkins Incorporated historic brand. Established
Minimum
reputation.
strength.
But flavor can be overly sweet caramel undertones. Sometimes
So what is
overpower,
synthetic vanillin?
not always as bold
It
as
is
label
exactly
suggests
the
it.
same compound found
S.
in the vanilla bean,
Acceptable,
synthesized
but
here
not
for
exceptional.
consistent flavor.
0.6365 by Whole Foods market position as Premium grocery vanilla. Issues. Mild flavor, slightly diluted feel, price doesn't match intensity. You're repaying for store image. 7 Baker's imitation vanilla. This one, it's obvious. It's imitation, made with synthetic vanilla and often derived from wood pulp or petroleum. Derivatives, yes, it's cheaper. Yes, it works in high heat baking. But it's not real vanilla extract, and calling it just as good is misleading. Real vanilla contains over 250 flavor compounds. Imitation contains mostly vanillin. That's like saying symphony equals one piano. Note, your brain senses complexity. Even if you can't explain it, you taste it. Shelf dominance, marketing budgets, consumer trust habit. Buying people grab what they recognize. Not what's best, here's what I now look for. Origin transparency, bean grade disclosure, double fold extract options, dark. Rich aroma, reputable small batch producers, real aging process, 6-1, 2 months. Strong flavor, even in small amounts.
Meets minimum standards.
Sometimes that means buying from specialty spice shops, direct from farm producers, artisanal extract makers. Yes, it costs more, but you use less. None of these brands are breaking laws. The problem is expectations. Consumers think pure means best quality, premium grade, authentic origin, superior strength. It doesn't. It means minimum compliance, and that's the marketing illusion. Next time you're baking for your family. Next
Cheap
time you're
doesn't
making
mean
Kia
strong.
cupcakes, custard, ice cream, look at the bottle, ask yourself, am I paying for flavor? For branding? I used to grab the first pure label I saw. Now, it read
Thin
everything.
and alcohol forward.
Because once you understand how the vanilla industry works, you don't just taste dessert, you taste the difference. If you want, I can now expand this into a full 16,000 plus word investigative documentary script, break it into YouTube chapters, add scientific references, add storytelling scenes, add
The
comparison,
variability index on batch
taste
7
test
exceeds
dialogue,
the threshold
add
right
dramatic
here.
background narration,
You
pacing,
need to adjust the
add
polymerization
retention boost
temperature
transitions.
immediately.
Rose on the
Let me ask you
strawberry is
something uncomfortable.
fantastic, but this apricot,
When you see the word
wow,
pure,
it's got the perfect
what do you
balance
imagine?
of sweetness
You
and
imagine
tang. Definitely a winner.
Clean farms, hand-picked beans, farmers curing pods
terrible.
under the sun. A small batch
Not
artisan
exceptional.
bottling it carefully but legally. Pure does not mean handcrafted, high-grade, single origin, ethical, fresh, premium. It simply means the flavor comes from vanilla beans and meets the minimum extraction ratio.
Wow, this orange
That's it.
juice is incredibly
And companies
sweet.
know something about human psychology.
Yeah, but the green one
The human
has
brain
a
associates
real
the word
kick to
pure
it.
with safety, cleanliness, quality, moral superiority. It's one of the most powerful trust words in food marketing. Just like natural, farm fresh, premium, authentic, most of these terms are weakly regulated or loosely defined. Here's the uncomfortable truth.
It's simply
Brands don't
perfect, isn't
lie.
it?
They just let you assume. Around 2016
Historic
to 2018, vanilla prices exploded globally. Cyclones hit Madagascar. Supply crashed. Prices
detection of the
skyrocketed to
target
over
profile.
$600 per kilogram. For context,
The sweetness
that's more
is
expensive
clean
than silver
and
at times.
persistent.
What did companies
how the
do?
buttery
Did they
notes
double
come
bottle
through first?
prices?
Yes, but this
No,
darker one has a
most didn't.
definite smoky finish.
Instead,
Exactly,
many
that's the
companies
difference the temperature
reduced
makes.
bean
Yeah.
quality, extended extraction time shortcuts, used older stock, lowered flavor intensity, but still met legal minimum, increased reliance on synthetic vanillin blends and other products. The bottles still said pure, but the taste, it's different, flatter, sharper, less complex. Most consumers never noticed because vanilla is often used in baking where sugar masks subtlety. But pastry chefs noticed. Professional bakers noticed. Flavor dropped. Price didn't. Here's something most grocery stores won't tell you. Standard vanilla extract is called single fold. That's the legal minimum strength. But there's also double fold, triple fold, double fold. Contains twice the bean concentration. Professional bakeries often use double fold because it survives
The loaf on the
high
left
heat
is
better.
perfectly baked,
It retains
but
complexity.
the excessive heat
It
on the
requires
right
smaller
caused the
quantities.
crust to
Notice
scorch
something.
long before the
Most
interior
major
was
grocery
done.
brands don't emphasize fold strength because they sell minimum compliance strength.
Know what you're buying.
Consumers don't know to ask. Part 11. The age problem. Vanilla extract isn't always fresh. Vanilla extract improves with aging up to a point. But here's the issue. Large-scale brands may bottle in massive batches, store in warehouses, sit on retail shelves for months or years. Vanilla exposed to heat, light, oxygen gradually loses aromatic compounds. The bottle may not be expired, but it may no longer be vibrant. Small batch producers often bottle in smaller runs, rotate stock fast, offer production date transparency. Big brands,
Interesting
not
bouquet.
always. Not all vanilla beans are equal. There are grades: grade A, gourmet,
and a subtle
moist,
oak
plump,
finish.
aromatic,
Very
premium,
balanced.
curing; grade B, extraction; grade drier, less visually appealing, often used for extract. Now here's the key. Most large extract brands use grade B beans.
We reveal the comparative data.
That's not illegal.
This clearly
That's not
illustrates
wrong,
the
but that's
efficiency
rarely
gains
advertised.
over the previous
When
model.
consumers see
The first thing I look
Madagascar
for is
bourbon
the
vanilla,
fiber count.
they assume
We want
top-tier
to
gourmet
aim for at
pods.
least 3 grams
But it may be industrial
per
grade
serving,
extraction
right here.
beans. Again,
Are we really
legal,
locked
but
into
not what
July
people
15th
imagine.
for Scene 89?
Yes,
Here's something
the production
fascinating.
date is firm.
Real
We
vanilla
have to make
contains
this
200 to 300 compounds, but most people can only clearly identify vanillin, the dominant aroma molecule. So companies optimize flavor profiles around vanillin intensity. Why? Because your brain resizes vanilla instead of complex vanilla. So what you get is predictable, consistent, but shallow. It's the fast food version of vanilla. Here's the plot twist. In very high heat baking, imitation vanilla sometimes performs better because synthetic vanillin is more. Pure vanilla extract must contain at least 35% alcohol. That alcohol extracts flavor compounds, preserves the liquid, but cheaper extracts often feel harsh because alcohol quality differs, extraction time may be shorter, flavor hasn't fully integrated. Have you ever opened a bottle and it smelled mostly like alcohol? It's usually underdeveloped extract. High-quality aged extract smells deep, warm, almost creamy, not sharp. Part 16. How to do a home vanilla taiz. Here's how. You test your vanilla at home. Smell test. Should be warm, rounded, layered, not sharp ethanol. Spoon test. Put a few drops on a spoon. Let alcohol evaporate 30 seconds. Smell again. Do you detect depth or just sweetness?
We use
Milk
only
test.
the finest soy
Add 3 to
wax
4
and
drops to
essential
warm
oils.
milk with no sugar.
It's important to
If
pour
flavor
slowly
disappears,
to ensure
it's
a perfect
weak.
finish.
Comparison test. Try small batch artisan extract. Side by side. Most people are shocked at the difference because grocery shopping is fast, because branding feels safe, because big names feel trustworthy, because if it's on every shelf, it must be good. But shelf space is bought. Marketing is engineered. Perception is designed. Trust is manufactured. Now I look for transparent sourcing named farm regions, fold strength disclosure, dark amber color, no added sugar production, date small batch. Labeling glass bottles only, sometimes I even make my own extract. Split high-grade beans, soak in quality vodka or rum, aged 6 to 12 months. Stronger, richer, more honest, and I know exactly what's inside. Part 19. This isn't about HATLSE, be clear. The 7 brands mentioned earlier are legal, compliant,
Legal
widely
doesn't
trusted,
mean
but
exceptional.
legal minimum isn't luxury quality. And if you care about flavor, if you care about baking excellence, if you care about ingredient integrity, then you deserve to understand
Once you
what that
understand the
label really
difference,
means. Part 20.
you don't shop
The final
by
wake up
label.
MOIMT.
You shop by
Next time
knowledge.
you see